Hi guys, welcome to my channel, welcome back, thank you for joining me for this video. Today I want to give you an ultimate shopping guide in Europe, luxury shopping. We will go over pricing in Europe, is it cheaper to buy in Europe, where and how to find outlets in Europe, and also about claiming VAT and getting some of your money back. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Natalia and I'm self-admitted shameless shopaholic, and I post on YouTube videos on how I spend my money or how I waste my money. So if you enjoy shopping, especially luxury designer handbags, but also non-designer fashion and also all the fun stuff we women enjoy, please consider joining my anonymous shopaholic club down below so we stay in this addiction together. Guys, as you just have heard in my intro that I am a shopaholic, and let me tell you, I'm a professional shopaholic. So I will take the responsibility and tell you how to shop in Europe well. So I have been shopping a lot in outlets, and I have visited quite a few outlets and made quite a few vlogs from outlets last year, or like since last autumn. I have been to Malaga in Spain, Barcelona in Spain. I have been to 2 or 3 outlets in Italy and also in Bicester Village near London. So I think I can call myself an expert and tell you a little bit how to find those outlets and let you score some amazing deals. So let's go over everything. Point number 1, is it cheaper to buy in Europe versus America? And if so, which country is the best? So I will tell you that, first of all, Euro and like European brands, they might be a little bit cheaper in Europe, in Euro. And in Europe, we have a lot of countries, like Europe is so, small, but has so many countries. And many of those countries, they are having currency in euro, but there is also quite few countries which do not operate in euro, and some of those countries are quite popular destinations for travelers. To these countries will be, for example, Czech Republic. If you go to Prague, there is no euro there. I'm not sure if you are actually going to visit Poland. You will not get so many luxury shops there, as I showed you in some previous videos. Some other countries which don't have euro currencies, for example, the whole Scandinavia, some Sweden, Norway, Finland, Iceland, where I'm best, but Iceland, like there is no single luxury shop, so don't even bother looking. And also the United Kingdom, which you are probably more aware that there is British pound. So these are probably the maybe biggest countries that you would be considering, and majority of European countries, especially the like popular destinations, which I assume would be France, Italy, Greece, Spain, they use euro as their currency. If you purely think about is Europe cheaper or America, I wouldn't think there is much difference, because I would think that the brands are trying to keep the prices sort of, similar, because I think, that's just my thinking, that they try to minimize this kind of, flowing tourists that are buying goods in Europe. So that's what happened actually before. I think there was some, Chanel price increase and maybe some other brands. But there was something about this, that a lot of tourists from Asia were coming to Europe and buying all the goods because it was much cheaper. So I think based on the idea of the brand, it shouldn't be much cheaper. However, it depends on the conversion of your currency to euro or other country that you are in. And I advise you always check. And you can quite easily check, for example, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Saint Laurent prices, because what I do, how I follow the prices, I select my destination Ireland, because Ireland is English, the website is in English. Not all the websites you can actually choose the language to be English and currency to be euro. Some you can, some you cannot. So I go to the Irish website because there will be euro currency, the prices will be shown in euro, and it means that all countries which operate in euro will have the same price. So that's how you can quickly find out the prices in euro. And then you just go and see what is your, exchange rate and if it's worth for you or not. If you happen to be, for example, in Prague, which is a very beautiful city, then I would go to Louis Vuitton, for example, and ask for, a couple of things and then their prices. And it can also vary from one item to another item. Some items the price might be a little different, and some items the price might be huge. And as an example, end of May, I went to Poland with my boyfriend, and we were in Warsaw for like a night. And I was like, oh, let's go and see Louis Vuitton. I just wanted to see, see the prices a little, and I expected they would be more expensive. And guess what? Since I was in Poland last time, euro became so much more expensive. Euro and other currencies, US dollars as well, in Poland is just crazy. I never seen that expensive euro in Poland and that expensive US dollar. So the prices that I, saw there were insane. This bag, at the time I was checking in Warsaw, and actually still the price hasn't increased, is 1,450 euro. What they told me in Poland was 1,650 euro. So it was like 2 price increases already, because that bag went 100 euro last time on the price increase. So it was insane, and I would not do that. I would not buy it for that price. I wouldn't pay that price because I can travel anywhere in Europe and get it in euro and get it much cheaper, and also because it's not like my priority. It's not something that I really need to have. But another time I saw the Palm Springs Mini in Poland, like that was back in February, and it was also 100 euro more than the price in euro. However, if this bag, which is rather hard to get, is something that you really, really want and you can get tax-free in Poland, then probably you would buy it. So I'm saying always go into your little calculator, and at least in my case, in Icelandic, currency or in Icelandic way, I don't go to Google, to Google the conversion. I go to my bank and then I see what is the exact number that it will be, because they show me like the rates for today, and they also show the credit card rate for each day, every day, so I can exactly see how much it will cost me. So that was point number 1. Point number 2, you go and you shop in the boutiques, but Europe is full of outlets. Well, depends. It's full of outlets if you are in the right places. But if you go to Italy, I assume that also if you go to France, you will have a lot of designer outlets. And how do you find them? How do you know where they are? Very often they are not, they are close to the major cities, but not like, in the city. Sometimes it's a 1 hour or even 2 hours drive, or a bus, or, you have to take a trip basically. How I find them, because obviously you can Google it, designer outlet near Rome, but you will get a lot of rubbish results, and you go to the website. That's what I've done before. I went to this, all that outlet, and I went into their website and I checked the list of the stores, and then there was nothing luxury. There was maybe Guess, there was maybe, I don't know, Michael Kors and this kind of stuff, but you don't have Gucci or Prada. And when you are in Italy, that's the house of Gucci, right? The home of Prada also. So in Italy, in luxury designer outlets, you should have Prada and Gucci pretty much everywhere. In every good or every proper luxury outlet, you should have Gucci and Prada. I think there are much more in Italy than in other countries. So how I search, I'm actually going to the actual Gucci website. Yes, I'm going to a Gucci website, and there when you scroll down to the website, there is this little search bar which says store locator, and then you put there your city or country. I would even put Italy. And then you will get a list of all Gucci stores, including outlets. And sometimes it doesn't say Gucci outlet, but it says Gucci, and then under it is Novena Venice outlet or something. Then you see that that's an outlet store. And then where is your outlet. So that's how you find it. And if you are in Italy, or I guess if you are in France or Spain, if you have a Gucci outlet, it is very likely that they will also have Prada outlet there and some other brands. I think Gucci is this kind of standard for how good is a luxury outlet, because I don't find that there is a lot of Fendi outlets, that there is a lot of Dior outlet. My experience, the Dior outlet I only saw in Bicester Village. I guess there are some in France, but I haven't traveled or I haven't visited any outlet stores in France. By the way, I haven't been to France in like 3 years. Probably it's time to change that. Here you have the gold, how to find designer outlets in Europe. And the last point, number 3, claiming your VAT back. So VAT basically is the tax, which in Europe it's hidden in the price of item. So you see the price of the item, that's all what you pay, and you are happily unaware that 20% of that item is just tax. So in the United States, you have the price of the item, and then you have tax on top of it, and that tax differs, as far I know, between different states, and it's usually less than 20%. I think quite a bit less. But in Europe, the tax, especially like on goods, is quite high, or in this kind of for those kind of products. I mean, because it can be like it's low for milk, for example, I don't know, 2%. But for clothing and this kind of fashion accessories, it's like the highest, tax, rate that is the highest VAT that possibly can be in a country. VAT will differ between countries, but as example, Italy is 22%, Germany 19%, Spain is 21%. UK is 20%, France is 20% as well, For example, Iceland is 25.5, I think. But anyway, we are not shopping luxury here, so let's move on. As I said, the VAT or the tax is hidden in the price of the item. So basically, if you have an item which costs 120 euro, let's say, it's not like that you minus 20. It means that you have the price of the item is 100 euro plus 20%. Then it makes it 120 euro. So it's a little bit maybe confusing, but you don't have to calculate and think about it. When you go shopping, especially luxury, you should take with you passport, because now with many countries it will ask you to bring or to show passport or at least picture of passport. But in Italy they actually very often ask about the physical, document, and it depends also on the brand. I think on Louis Vuitton they were more strict than maybe some other brands. But anyway, it's best to have your passport with you, which can be a little bit dangerous. So be mindful if you have your documents with you and don't keep all your documents together in case something bad happens. While you are purchasing some luxury goods or anything else basically, because different countries, they will have the different minimum limit, and some countries, I think Spain or France, they even don't have any, no, Spain I think, they don't even have the minimum purchase amount, or something like very low, 20 euro, 30 euro. Some countries they have 100, 150, 180 euro. It will differ from country to country, but if we are talking, about buying luxury, then we are not really worried about it, because most likely you are above that limit, so you shouldn't really worry too much about it. I always tell this to the salespeople before they charge me, like kind of in the, when we are next to the tilt, and then about the pay, then I ask for that VAT back, because I just want to let them know that they maybe need to put it in the system before I pay. Also, they probably ask you if you have an account with the brand, and if they open your account, they probably see that you are overseas, so they might offer it themselves to you. There are two service providers for claiming your VAT back, and there is a Global Blue, and there is also a Premier Planet tax-free. And to make it short, Global Blue is in a way easier, faster, it's more convenient, I would say, but they have higher commission fees. So there are two major companies that handle those tax refunds. It's not like the government is doing it. There are companies that are actually doing it for you, and of course they charge you some commissions. And the Premier tax-free, it seems to be better deal commission wise. You seem to get more money back from that provider than from Global Blue. And I don't know the percentage actually, how much they really take, because it's hard to actually find how much they take. However, even in the stores they told me that it's better to go with this green one, with the Premier tax free. And Gucci use their services, and majority of other brands will use Global Blue. So in Dior, in Saint Laurent and Louis Vuitton, I always get Global Blue. In one store somewhere, I think it might have been even Prada, I was offered, or I could choose which one I want to use. What are the major differences? So as I said, the Premier Planet tax-free, it seems to be giving you more money back, and Global Blue is charging you basically more. And what also changed within the last 12 months, I guess, is that before they were refunding you in the currency that you bought your items. So for example, if your refund was 50 euro or 100 euro, they would put it back on your credit card 100 euro, and your bank will do the currency exchange. Now they have changed the policy, and they sort of, when I contacted them, they were pretending that it has always been like that, and it hasn't been like that. So now they are doing the currency conversion for you, and they are saying that it's a must. You have no choice. And actually, I was reading rules like some months ago when I realized that something has changed. It was stated that if you want Global Blue do the currency conversion for you, there are some extra fees and so on and so on. And now they are forcing that on you, and then they are charging you fees for conversion. So here you have email that I got with explaining one of my refunds, how this has been calculated. So they are taking like the commission for the exchange. They are taking like €1 per transaction. So I assume that if I have, few forms, each form €1 is out. And then of course, if you don't buy something for €5,000, but for like €800, then it's, it starts to decrease your refund. That's why I say it's supposed to be 12% out of 22 of what you pay tax. But I actually get maybe 10% because quite a lot of money is also lost on that currency conversion. And basically they pay you back in the billing currency of your credit card. And well, very nice move of them, because who has the credit card in euro when you are from America or somewhere else. To be eligible for a VAT back, you have to be outside of Europe. So how you can have a credit card having the billing currency euro if you are outside of Europe? It's just, they are smart. We have to admit that they are smart in, getting more money out of us. After you collect all your forms, you have to get a custom stamp. So basically, it's not like Global Blue office that you have to go first. You have to go to customs. And they are at every airport, and you have them before check-in and after check-in. If you are checking something in your luggage, big luggage, you have to go to the customs before check-in, and then they might ask you, not always they do, but they might ask you to show the items, and then they take your luggage, like it's basically checked in. No, it's not like you check in at the desk, but then you go with the luggage to the customs, and then they are taking your luggage there. If you have all your items in your hand luggage, which I most of the time do, then you can just go through the check-in, through the security, then you find a customs office somewhere after security, and then you do get your stamps there. And then you can go to a Global Blue office and get your money back. You can get your money back by cash in some places, but mostly the credit card is preferred. And I will tell you that in many countries now after COVID, the offices were closed, so you couldn't even get anybody to talk to in Global Blue or the Planet tax-free. None of them were working, so basically you were only dealing with customs, and so they are different, and you must get that custom stamps that basically they are confirming that you are taking the goods outside of Europe. And it means that you must do it at the last country that belongs to EU before departing outside of EU, because you might be going to the UK, for example, then you have to do it. If you are traveling to Iceland even and staying in Iceland for a few days, you must do it in the last European country, like the last EU country, if you have been shopping in the EU, which is most of Europe. But it does not apply to the UK, because UK is outside of EU since 1.5 years now. So you have to be aware and be mindful where is your last airport in the EU. And by the way, the UK actually stopped doing any tax refunds since they left the EU, so you can't get any money off your purchases anymore. So that's an important thing. So if you, for example, traveling from Greece and then you are having landing in Barcelona, for example, in Spain, just switching the airports, and then you go to United States, nobody will stamp your goods in Greece because you are not leaving the EU. I guess the reason for that is because you can very easily to take those goods in Spain or give it to you, or give it, or it was bought for your friends, for your family. So it has to be with you at the moment you are out from Europe. So that is really important thing. And also that VAT back is actually for everybody who is not European residents. So for example, people like me who are European citizens, but not residents, because I'm not resident of Europe, I am resident of Iceland, and Iceland does not belong to EU, but it's connected in many economic agreements, and it's kind of like EU, but it's not EU. It's complicated anyway. So that's why I can get tax-free. However, in many countries, they don't understand that. Those customs, those people working there, they are, don't want to respect that. They see your European passport, and even though they see approve your cards, for example, from bank which is not European bank, they are just stubborn. And once, now a few years back, 7 years ago I think, I was in Germany, or I was actually traveling from somewhere through Germany, and I was trying to do that tax refund in Germany, and they said, no, you have Polish passport. And I was trying to show them I live in Iceland, you can even find online where is my address in Iceland. And then no, they didn't want to, and they said but I could do that in other countries, I know I have a right to do that. And he said, this is Germany. And that was end of conversation. So if you are like me, you are kind of in between, you might have a little trouble with that. However, in fact, by law, you are, entitled to that benefit of claiming your VAT back. Of course, it's on you if you tell the customs in your country that you are bringing those things. I've heard that in the United States now this is kind of connected. So if you claim VAT somewhere in Europe, then you are landing in the United States, and they might actually know about it, and they might come for for the money anyway. So don't know about Canada or some other places. That's what I actually heard from Erica on one of her recent videos. So I know that that's happening in the United States, which is quite sad. However, it seems like the exchange rate for euro and US dollar is like really amazing for you guys living in the United States. So if you're traveling here, shop till you drop. At the end, the fourth kind of way of saving on shopping on Europe is to shop at the airports. But you have to be living from one of the major airports, which will have luxury stores. And for sure this kind of airport is Rome. I have spoken about Rome already before. Milan, Paris, I guess some other maybe bigger French airports. That's what I can be sure. Of course the Heathrow airport, but then you are not getting anything off comparing to the city prices. And as I said before, you can see what shops are there. You can try to reach out to them. You can try to find a phone number, and you can try to reach to the store and also talk to them, like kind of establish some, relationship with a salesperson and ask if they have some items, and maybe they can keep it for you. Last time I was in Rome, a little update also. I had a contact there, and they were actually willing to hold for me what they could, which was basically only sunglasses. I think they were able to hold it for me for 2 or 3 days. I contacted them 5 days earlier, so she said that she can keep it for 2 or 3 days, so she will put them away. However, in case of people which are in between like me, which are actually living to the country which is not EU but is part of the European continent, let's say, we are living still from the same terminal like other European flights, and those shops are not on this terminal. When I was in Rome in January, it was still, COVID going on, and they were having renovations or some it was, I guess there was kind of mess. So everything was connected and I could just walk around everywhere, and I knew that I was in theory on the third terminal while my flight was leaving from the first terminal, but there was no problem walking between them. It was, 5 minutes walk, but it was no problem to walk and get in. Last time I was in Rome, they didn't let me in. Like they were checking passports, and then they said that you have to leave from Terminal 3, and I was leaving from Terminal 1. So I asked them if they could let me in into the shopping area, because I have the destination and non-residence in Europe, so I wanted to just go to some shops there, and they didn't let me in, so I couldn't get the airport discounts. But if you are living to America or Asia, Australia, I'm sure you will be leaving from one of those, from the Terminal 3, which has those longer distance flights. And as I said in my previous video, Italy has one of the highest taxes in Europe, 22%, and in Rome or any other Italian airport that offers this, duty-free shopping, you are paying 18% less. If you are living from Italy, you will get the best deals there. However, have in mind that not everything is available. Of course, not only because it's sold out, but apparently from what I heard from my salesperson from Rome, not everything is on the offer of the airport's offer. And for example, my agendas, which I was hoping to get there for a really good deal, they were not even available on the airport. So have that in mind. So maybe do your most important shopping in the cities, but if you find some nice things on the airport, you can still get a really good deal, and then you don't have to claim even VAT. So you can get away with having it for a very good price. So here you go, guys, your ultimate shopping guide to Europe. I hope this video has been helpful. Let me know if you're traveling to Europe and if you are planning to visit some outlets there. Thank you for watching and spending some time with me. I will see you in my next video, and until next time, take care and don't forget to enjoy your life. Bye, guys.